Ever since the betas, the light has played an odd role in the finals. It's always been clear that the medium was for support and that the heavy was more of a tank, while both were capable of dealing large amounts of damage. People have thought light was more of a glass cannon or a flank, but do these things really have a role in this game? The truth is, unless you're playing with two friends or at least have a team that's all using voice chat, you're probably not going to be very successful as a light. This is because the light has the least amount of health and therefore dies extremely quickly when caught out of position. So unless you're an extremely skilled player that makes very few mistakes, you're going to die a lot more as a light than you would as medium or heavy. And even if you are a skilled player, playing heavy or medium is still much less punishing, and both offer more gadgets and specializations to support your team. Recently, the light has received some heavy nerfs to the stun gun and the cloaking device, making it even more punishing. While this class does have huge damage potential with weapons like the SH1900 or the dagger, it's very difficult to use these weapons effectively and provide value to your team. So why do so many people still play light? Well, it's a pretty fun class. You can zip around the map with the grappling hook and get satisfying headshots with the sniper, though this is more commonly seen in unranked game modes. I think people play light in ranked for two reasons: because it's fun and because it has some of the fastest timed kills. The light's weapon feels smoother to use than mediums or heavies. Compare the XP54 to the FCAR or Lewis gun, for example. It has much less visual recoil and is much easier to control, giving players a smoother experience. As for the TTKs, the dagger has one-shot potential on mediums and lights and can still kill heavies pretty quickly. So why don't lights on your team play well? It's simply because they probably aren't top-tier players. They probably make mistakes, and because of the light's small amount of HP, they die a lot faster than medium or heavy. However, if a player is very good, they probably have the potential to get an entire team wipe on their own. Light is a class with an enormous skill ceiling that very few players can capitalize on, making the mastery of it extremely difficult. Therefore, for most players, sticking to medium or heavy is probably going to be better. In ranked, you'll mainly see mediums and heavies and not many lights. This is due to a combination of the light's difficult mastery and the players wanting to increase their rank by playing as best as possible, which most people couldn't do as a light. I don't really know what could be done to buff the light, but I think it needs one. I think it makes sense for it to have a skill ceiling, but I think it should also be usable for the average player, which it currently isn't. Maybe a small HP buff or a buff to how quickly HP regenerates or something along those lines. Let me know what you think could be done to buff the light in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.